Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today it is time to do my, day 8 review of the Operation Shipyard, and today I've been grinding pretty hard. I made a bunch of videos in the morning to basically try and tide over some content, but also at the same time I thought, you know what, let's just use today to see if I can get as many firsts as possible, to see where I would be with blueprints, so on and so forth. So that's what I did today. I became very sweaty when it came to the lineups that I used. Basically just went for the most OP lineups in my opinion and just decided to play them. So I played the Boston for Britain, and then when I realized the matches were taking a little bit too long, I swapped to my American lineup, which I'm very, very confident in. You've got the M5A1 that you see here. The other M5A1, this is the 5th Arms Division, the Canadian M5A1, which is in the the American tech tree, and then I swapped in the M16. Normally, what I do is I take the M8 and the M8 HMC, but I'm not feeling it right now with the turret traverse and all of that. So I thought, why not bring in some AA support? And to be honest, today I did pretty well on the old first, and if it came to actually doing the first from the beginning, I'm pretty confident I could have got them all. So you can see, at least through my replays, and let's make sure my keyboard doesn't make too much noise for you. So you can see that a lot of these, coming first, second, third, so on and so forth. And, I did pretty well in the majority of them that I played today. The only thing I came to realizing, though, was it just wasn't really fun. It isn't exactly fun playing through and doing this, but we'll get into that bit in a little bit. What is nice is they added in a feature that will come in after the the materials go out, or you can't earn any materials, where you can swap in materials and also your production enhancements for boxes and stuff to get some rare vehicles, which I think is a really cool idea. It means that people will grind stuff after they've finished grinding stuff for the events, and also on top of this, I just generally think it's always good to have more player options, even if those options are RNG based. I think just having more things for the player to be able to get from not completing the event fully is a positive move. Very similar to with the good old summer events, where you could get the SD KFC 2343, I believe it was. If we just if we just go to this tree, yeah, the 2343 that you see here, you could get it, and then you could trade it in for another armored car if you wanted to. It was up to you what you got out of that event. And from this event as well, being able to trade in some of these components for older event-style vehicles and camouflages, I think is really nice. Even though, you don't specifically get to pick what you want, I think that feature should definitely be added in for an extra price. You know how what they have in the assembly scheme, where if you click recipes, you can either, take time to build something or get something instantaneously. I think what they should do with the boxes that they're introducing after the event is over, you can pay some more materials, let's say like 20 or 30 of each, and you can specifically get the one that you want when it comes to the vehicle or when it comes to the camouflage. I think that would just be a lot better. But as you can see, I have enough now, like in blueprints and in all of the materials, to be able to craft myself a whirlwind. So technically, out of this event so far, I've been able to craft the VT-12, the MBK-161, and the whirlwind. So the only one that I'm stuck on now is the H-34. And in order to create the H-34, I need, as you can see, when it comes to first places, I need 7 plus 40, so I need 47 more first places. When it comes to the tank blueprints, I definitely think I can get that. And then when it comes to this one, let's see, so I need 4 to be able to build the whirlwind, so that isn't too hard to do. Why isn't it showing me what I need? Oh no, it's right here, isn't it? Yeah, so I need 4 for that, so I need, let's see, if I go up to 8, that's 2, and then I need 4 times 20, so I need... What is that? 20, 40, 60, 80. I need 80. God damn. I need 82 wins in about 4 days or 3 days. So I can do that. It isn't the end of the world if I can't do that. But at least if I'd started this like earlier on, if I'd started playing like this, with this lineup, as you saw from the replays from today, I definitely could have easily done it. But I just my tactics were wrong when it came to it, because I just wanted to actually have fun. And this is something I want to talk about today. So when it comes to this event, right? The main thing that I've been questioning this whole time, I mean, during the Operation Heat event, it was actually really good to get people together and do the challenges, because they weren't too hard. You could generally, try and discuss some topics, have a little bit of fun, and then just work on different things. But if you were going for all 4 vehicles in this event, there was nothing like that you could do. Instead, you had to play the really competitive lineups, like this one you see here, or something like a B1 Ter, or something like a HE100, and just basically batter face out of people for 11 days straight. And the question is that fun? And to me, no, it isn't. Like, I can do really well in this lineup. You can see it from, as I said, you can see it from the replays. You can see that overall, basically, all I'm doing is I'm spawning in the M5A1 5th Armored Division. And by the way, for some reason, the 5th Armored Division, the crew replenishment is not selected when you actually open it. I don't know how it got unselected. I've never touched it, but for some reason that's the case. But the main thing, I might as well just switch that over as well, is it was just weird that was the case. But the problem is even though I'm doing really well, I don't play War Thunder to get top of the team all the time. I don't play War Thunder to get 10, 11, 12 kills. That's not why I play. What I play for is for the community aspect. I play for the team aspect, and I play to experience interesting historical vehicles which otherwise I wouldn't be able to even touch in either real life or in other games. And this event is the epitome of the opposite of that, and I think that to me is why I haven't been having fun. What I've been doing this whole event, and all we've really done, at least from my point of view, is look at it from a critical angle. Is it able to be done? And I think I've proven that it can be done, just through these videos, just showing if you'd had the right tactic at the start, which was playing an ultra competitive lineup, you could easily do this, right? It is possible if you have the time to be able to do this. But the question is, like, even though that is the case, you're still doing 11 days straight grinding. Is it fun? Is it something enjoyable? Is it something that you yourself are having fun with? And for me, it's just a no. This whole event, I've basically been thinking about games that I would rather play at the moment. And that's not because of War Thunder itself. I really enjoy playing War Thunder. I think it's a great game in general. I think even though it's gets a lot of critique to it, if you look at the core game itself, the core game is great, and there's nothing else out there like it, which is definitely a positive. And from the historical point of the the historical point of view, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely stunning. But the problem is, with an event which is completely based around getting first places and also just playing the game as much as possible in an 11-day period, it isn't fun. Imagine if you had a game like Call of Duty, where all you had to do to get a special prize is in 11 days get 240 first places. And that's not even 240 first places, because you've got to play a bunch of other games as well. So let's just say 240 first places in 11 days. You're going to do the worst stuff imaginable to your team in order to get those first places. You're going to screw people over and stuff. In the last match, right, this just shows you how this is so anti-War Thunder doing something like this. So in the last match, right, so this match here, we have me at the top, 3,527. I mainly played the Stuart, capped his own, got a kill, got in the plane, got 6 kills, got back on the ground, got back into my secondary Stuart. Kevin X Winner played incredibly well in this game. right? He played really well in his M5 Stuarts. He did a great thing, right? And he carried us from the ground as I carried from the air. That was basically how it worked. Hamzo also did incredibly well. But the thing is, there was this point at about, 2 minutes left in the match where we were neck and neck in points. And he, in his second Stuart, needed a repair, right? And he didn't have parts. So he went for the request repair. Me being in the Stuart, I could have helped him. But because of the point of the whole exercise is to get first place, so not to win or lose, not to be a team player, not to do anything like that, the optimum thing for me to do in that situation is to leave him to be repaired either by somebody else or to just be stuck there. Because the problem with the system is that it rewards me for leaving a teammate in the dust because he's going to get first place from me. And this is the whole problem with having these first place ideas. Maybe if you extended it to like first, second, and third, it might be slightly better. But the overall problem is you because of how War Thunder is set up, because it's a team game which is run by individuals, individuals are going to do everything possible to try and get those first places. And that's just generally not great. It makes people do incredibly heinous stuff, whether it is to the enemy or the allies, instead of focusing on winning the battles, instead of focusing on being ultimately competitive, which is what you should try and promote. So in Operation Heat, when you've got all the weird and wonderful challenges, they're normally focused towards either being, competitive in the form of trying to win battles, there's always a challenge to win battles, or, for doing stuff for your team. The first place mechanic is designed to be anti your team, because you're not just facing the enemy, you are also facing your team at that point. So in this today, even though I've made 1.4 million Silver Lions today, playing the game, playing the Stuarts over and over again, I have completely realized that it's just not fun. And it is just anti everything that I see as War Thunder when it comes to this idea of the firsts. And yes, I could go on the market, and I think the blueprints for tanks are like $1 right now. So I could easily pick up, the ones that I need. I need 2 more for this, and I think these are like 10 cents, so I could pick these up and I could make these things. But that's not the point. The point is to try and do this whole thing just by myself, without the aid of the market. And I think I've proven here that I can do it, but I'm just not having fun. Like, the fun is gone. It went like a few days ago, and I realized it when I started questioning, do I actually want to play this? Do I actually want to do this, or do I just want to kick on Red Faction Guerrilla, or do I want to go and watch a Halloween show with my wife? Because I really like watching, stuff like the Food Network, cooking shows, the Halloween specials, and, we haven't watched any of them yet, and I'm looking forward to watching them on stuff like the Food Network, the Canadian Food Network, but, that's what's on my mind instead of War Thunder. And that's because of this event. So hopefully, there's a little bit of a break between this and the next one, but it seems like today we've just had another devlog released for what's coming up in the next update. Since maybe March in War Thunder, it's been non-stop content, non-stop stuff added to the game, which of course from a company point of view is first of all impressive, and second of all great. From at least my personal point of view, I'm definitely experiencing a little bit of burnout right now when it comes to the game. Does that mean I'm going to stop producing content? No, because, well, I'm pretty much officially back to work pretty soon. So I'll be able to focus my eyes on that. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. And, well, 3 days to get 80 first places. It's going to be hard. Is it possible? Maybe. Is it probable? Definitely not. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Ambrosius McClellan, B. Young, Blackie, Daniel Stanton, John Ryman, Joseph Anders, Martinez, Mopar 1969, Moxie, Super Cacti, Uyans Terry, and Eel of Goats, and of course Seductive Trash Can for supporting the channel.